Welcome to Quick Revision, where we post a past exam question every day to support you getting ready for your GCSE exams. How does it work? Well, it's really, really simple. You just pause on the question, give it a go, play for the solution, and if things haven't gone as well as you'd have liked and you need a full walkthrough, then you just carry on watching the video. If you like what we're trying to do here, please hit the like and subscribe button. Hi, okay, today's question has come from a non-calculator higher paper. It's probably around the grade 8. Hit pause, press play when you're ready. So we're obviously looking at a Surds question. It says, show that this can be written in this form. I really like these questions because it gives me an idea of what my answer should look like when I have finished. So I'm going to have a number here plus a number next to a root 2. So when I look over here, there are two things that stand out. First of all, I have root 2, which is great, but I don't have it here. I also have a surd as part of my denominator, and we can't have an irrational number. My first thought for this would be, let's sort out and rationalize the denominator. I've got my 12 plus root 128 over 1 minus root 2. To rationalize the denominator, I'm going to be multiplying top and bottom by 1 opposite sign root 2. Always remember it's that opposite sign. I'm going to start with the denominator. Okay, so I've got 1 minus root 2 times 1 plus root 2. If you're familiar with the difference of two squares, you would do this slightly quicker. If you're not, it doesn't really matter because you can just apply your methods for expanding and you will then work it out that way. Makes absolutely no difference. So if you are expanding, you've got 1, you've got your plus root 2 minus root 2. That's why it's the opposite sign, minus 2, which actually all tidies up to minus 1. Opposite sign ensures this situation, which means they eliminate and we get rid of that irrational number from the denominator. Now, I mustn't lose this fact. Yes, I have just found the denominator of a fraction, and I'm going to need that later, so I don't want to lose it. So I'm now going to work on the numerator, but when I start to write this out and take a closer look at it, I can obviously see this root 128. Now, again, I've got choices here. I can just either expand, create a much bigger number, and then work on simplifying it, or I could work on getting this into root 2. I'm going to do that first for the simple reason that working with smaller numbers is way easier than working with bigger numbers. We're going to split this into root 2 times root 64. Now, you could keep going, root 2 and root 32, keep going until you get to all the prime numbers and then finish it off there. But hopefully you would be spotting that the root of 64 is 8. So the root of 128 is 8 root 2. I'm going to take that simplified version, 8 root 2, into the problem because it's just makes a lot more sense. I've got 12 plus 12 root 2 plus 8 root 2. And then we do need to just be a little bit careful with that last step. We're doing 8 root 2, sorry, times root 2. Root 2 times root 2 is 2, and 8 times 2 is 16. Now we tidy all of this up, and we end up with 28 plus 20 root 2. Don't lose track of what you're doing. This result is the numerator. So if I stop there, which would be incredibly tempting because look, I've got my A, I've got my B, I've got my root 2. This looks like the answer. So it'd be very easy to stop there. As you're working through problems, make sure that you are clear about what you've got where on your page, because look how much working out there is now there. It's easy to lose things. Finishing this off, I have got 28 plus 20 over root 2 all over minus 1. all that's going to happen is our signs are going to switch. And that is the final answer to that question. Hopefully it went well and you enjoyed having a good old go at that question. Look out, we post every day, and I'll see you again tomorrow.